Welcome back to my channel, you guys. It's been quite a while. If you are following me on Instagram, you may know that Avery fractured her arm, broke her arm, whatever you want to call it, last Friday. So she has her 1 week checkup, and then today she's supposed to be getting like an actual cast. She just kind of has like a splint on. I think that's what it's called. So yeah, we're on our way to go do that. Right now it's just me and her. I guess I could tell you guys like what happened. So on Friday I literally went to the bathroom for maybe 2 minutes. Like I had to go. So I left her and Emery in the room, and Avery got this little ambulance toy that's a good size, and she loved to stand on it. I was always constantly telling her, don't stand on it, don't stand on it. Did she listen? No. So when I was going to the bathroom, I didn't really hear a fall, but I heard her start crying. So I just assumed that she just kind of like bumped her head, or like she hurt herself in a non-bad way. It sounds like so bad, but like in a way that she wasn't gonna have to go to the hospital or anything like that. So I went to the room. I had to like stop going to the bathroom and then go to the room, and I saw her crying. It wasn't like a screaming cry, it was more just like a regular cry, so I didn't think of anything. So I grabbed her off the floor. She was pretty much like kneeling on the floor. The ambulance toy was over her legs, so I thought she hurt her legs. So when I picked her up and put her on the bed, I obviously scolded her. I said, see, this is exactly why I tell you not to be standing on your toys. I kept telling you not to stand on your toy. And then she still wasn't screaming, crying. It was just like her normal cry. And she said her arm hurt. So I looked at her arm and I noticed it was not pretty deformed, like severely deformed, but it had like a dip in it. So it looked like driving. So it looked like that. It had like a dip. So I knew right then and there. I'm like, oh yeah, she for sure broke it. So many things like went through my head. I'm like, I did not want one of my kids to have like experience a broken bone or anything like that. So Elizabeth was in the bathroom. I had her in a little play activity seat. So I grabbed Avery, carried her to the bathroom, and sat on the floor because Elizabeth was crying. I called my father-in-law because he was off that day, and I asked him where was he at, because I think Avery broke her arm, and he's like, oh dang, I'm almost home. So at that time Avery was still pretty calm, so I was like, I don't know how they're supposed to act when this happens. I wasn't like comfortable at all, so I called 911. And she was just saying, don't let her fall asleep. If she seems lethargic, try to wake her up, and blah blah blah. So the my father-in-law got there literally after like 2 minutes. The fire department came, and then the paramedics. They sent like a whole bunch of people, but yeah, they came. They assessed her. They put like a cardboard splint, just kind of get her arm just like not exposed to where she could damage it more. So we ended up going to the ER. We rode in the ambulance car. I don't have video of that because I didn't want to be recording at that time, because I'm over there trying to tend to her and tend to like a little baby crying, and Emery kind of like not scared, but you know, Emery's probably worried. So I wasn't really recording. My father-in-law got some recording, but I don't have that footage. It's pretty much just Avery on the gurney, not wanting to get strapped in because she's scared. Obviously, she started to cry when the fire department went into the bathroom, because obviously, I'm like stuttering right now. Obviously, she doesn't know what's going on, so she was scared. But other than that, she was just pretty much crying because of the situation. Like a bunch of people around her, she didn't know what's going on. That was it. We got to the ER. They took us in pretty quick, actually. And then she still wasn't crying, so she was pretty much calm the whole entire time. that's kind of why I didn't want to take her myself, because I didn't know what was going to happen. So we were waiting for x-ray. My husband wasn't there. I had called my husband when we were at the house, trying to get a hold of him to let him know what happened. He does work in Long Beach, so it did take him probably like an hour and a half to get home, or like an hour. But he wasn't allowed in the room because since the whole COVID, we can't have, or there can't be more than one parent in the room, which kind of sucks because she wanted both of us. But we did swap like once so she could see him. And yeah, we got the x-ray done. And then we waited for the doctor to come in and talk to us about it. And he said that she did indeed break it. But they were able to pretty much push it back into place. It wasn't like severely broken. It did crack. I could insert pictures at the end of this video. I don't have the x-rays on hand with me, but he told me I could do it that way, to just push it back into place. He said there was 2 ways of doing it. He said there's usually, if I'm shaking, I'm so sorry, I had a coffee. There's usually 2 ways of doing it. You could either give her medication so she won't feel the pain of pushing it, or they could just push it back right then and there. They said the other way takes a little bit longer because they want to at least get the medication in her system for about like a few hours. So we would have been staying there for about 7 hours. I didn't want to stay that long, and I didn't want her to I didn't really want pain medication in her system. I know that probably sounds bad because she's probably suffering, but she was taking it like a champ. She was not crying at all. So I was just like, you know what, my arm is like shaking so bad. I was like, you know what, just push it into place. I know I'm gonna cry, I know she's gonna scream and cry, but I rather that than have her wait longer. Oh my god, my arm is like shaking so bad, you guys. So yeah, the guy who was a doctor, the orthopedic, hopped it back into place. It was so sad because, you know, she's screaming because of the whole situation already, and then him pushing on the arm to push it back was so sad. She was just screaming, crying, and I cried. I didn't like cry, but I did cry because I'm like, I'm so sorry. Like, I felt so bad. And yeah, and then they did that. She literally calmed down seconds after he was done. They wrapped it again. They did an x-ray to pretty much see how it went, and the bones are they're not obviously fused because it takes time to do that, but he did push it back enough so it could heal properly. So yeah, he told us to come back in a week to get it checked out again. So that's what we're doing. And yeah, that's the little story that happened with Avery. So upset when it happened, you guys, so upset. But yeah, that's what happened. She doesn't want to really play with that toy anymore. Does she listen now that she has a broken arm? No, not at all. The day she came home, she kind of took a break. She was, you know, being serious about what happened, and then the next day she was already trying to play and use her arm, and she was just like not even caring. The night it happened, though, I guess she wanted to sleep with her grandma, so I let her sleep with her grandma. She kind of was tossing and turning, staying awake that time, so she was getting Motrin for the pain. I gave it to her for about 3 days and started realizing she did not need it anymore because she's perfectly fine and she's just jumping around and not listening at all. So I'm trying not to give her the medication unless she really needs it, like she's crying for it and whatnot. But me and my husband are joking around saying that she's probably already healed, so I wouldn't doubt it. Obviously not like healed completely, but like it'd be like a miracle. She's like all healed and there's no fracture at all. But yeah, that's what happened, you guys. I know a lot of people were wondering what happened. That's what happened. So yeah, we're on our way to go get it checked out again, put a cast on it. She wants a purple cast, so I'm hoping that they have colored wrap. I don't really know the proper term for it. I should, because I'm a medical assistant, but it's been so long I don't even remember half of the stuff. But yeah, I'm here, so I'm going to park and then get inside, and I will be bringing you guys along with me.
My arm thin.
Your arm thin?
Yeah, my jacket and my arm thin. Can you take it out? My hair.
When we get inside.
Okay. Now it's your turn, Mom. Nope.
Okay. So we are out of her appointment. The doctor said her arm's looking really good, or her bones. So they did an overcast. So they wrapped it, and this one she has to leave on for 2 weeks. It's like a cast, but it's not like the official cast. And they didn't have purple, so they had blue or pink, and she chose blue because Elsa. But yeah, they said she's looking good. Not to wet this one, just like the last one. And then 2 weeks we'll go back. So yep, that's the little update from the doctors. Nothing crazy. I do have some footage, if you saw, of the x-rays that we took today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.